So this is a new thing we're going to do over the course of 2026. For those of you that aren't aware, and I'm sure each and every one of you are, this is the 250th anniversary of the signing of our Declaration of Independence for our country. You think about that, 250 years ago, we shook off the chains of a tyranny, essentially, and declared ourselves to be a free people, to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When you read the Declaration, and especially when you hear about it, that moment in history, and in fact, world history, transformed not just this country, not just our people, but many countries across the world looked to us, saw what we did, and did a similar act to be able to be free once and for all. So what we've decided to do is every council meeting, so 23 of them we'll have in total, we're going to have a pause for patriotism. It's not going to be very long. It's just going to be a moment to give a hat nod back to our founding fathers and all that they went through, because what they went through was staggering to be able to do that at risk of their life, their families' lives, for this particular idea of a free people. So tonight, we're especially honored because I thought, what better way to kick off America 250 and our pause for patriotism at our council meetings than to have our own resident historian, our PhD in history, philosophy, City Manager Nicholas, to tell us a little bit about this day in history, what it meant, and tie it back to the Declaration of Independence. So if you don't mind, City Manager Nicholas.
Mayor. And I want to thank everybody for coming tonight for these few remarks of mine.
Yeah.
I'm really moved. Thank you so much. I'll be very brief because there's something else that's happening. I've only heard rumor of it. So thank you, Mayor. And yes, I have given a little background in the agenda tonight to a few of my remarks, and I'm going to keep it very brief. But we'll do something like this, as the mayor said, before every council meeting, a little presentation. Sometimes there'll be other people up here, sometimes not. Made a quick run through all the dates. We're not doing the years necessarily, but we're doing the dates. Tonight's the 12th, obviously. And our council meetings fall on days of the calendar year that were momentous. I think there's only one. I'll jazz it up somehow. I don't know how. All right, so what I wanted to bring your attention to, just very generally, and this will be a common theme from now till the end of the calendar year, and that is that we have, as the mayor said, the DeKalb America 250 Committee. I thought this might be a good idea. And I want to begin by saying that none of us have mastered what patriotism really is. Many definitions for it. We know in America, though, that it's not just about the places we share, the holidays we celebrate, the government we elect, the teams that we support, and the TV shows that we love. In our country, fundamentally, patriotism, I think, is about our guiding principles. It's about three things, basically: the dignity of each individual, freedom of thought and speech, and equality before the law. Before July 4th, 1776, leadership in countries all around the world, including ours, flowed from a potentate of some kind: a king, a queen, a emperor, and up to that point, everybody was a servant to that hierarchy. At least in this country, and then in ever increasing circles around the world. After that point, there was something called a citizen, and that's what we're going to be talking about, and what it takes to be a citizen, what it is about the impact of that document 250 years ago that still resonates today. So here's the first story. Here's the first pause for patriotism, and it's a natural. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. So on this day in January 1737, a guy named John Hancock was born. How many of you have ever heard of John Hancock, right? And it's such a well-known name, maybe not what he did and where he did it and so forth, where he came from, but we all say, yeah, put Mike Hancock on that document, right? All right. So here's our pause. Before the first shots of the revolution occurred at Lexington and Concord on April 19th, there were two people, two patriots, who were the most sought-after rebels in terms of British authority in the colonies. And one of them was a guy named Sam Adams, who was a second cousin to John Adams. And stay tuned, we're going to have a lot of that this year. And then a guy named John Hancock, who had served in the militia in the French and Indian War on the British side. British colonists, Britain won. Thought of himself as still capable of leading people in a skirmish, but was told by Sam Adams, no, we better just hightail it. But before they learned that they should get the heck out of Lexington because the British were coming, a guy named Paul Revere was sent to find them and tell them to get the heck out of Lexington because we're going to need you. He had, between the French and Indian War and Lexington and Concord in 1775, built quite a fortune for himself in relative terms and in the colonies at the time. He pledged all of it to the cause, and he spent all of it, and he lost all of it during the Revolutionary War. Afterward, he remained in politics and so forth, but he gave everything that he had to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I'll just close on this and then get to the next item of business tonight. As the president of the Second Continental Congress, he was the first to sign the Declaration of Independence. He signed it the day that the Declaration was approved, which was on July 4th. He signed it in very bold letters and very much aware, as much as anyone in the colonies, about the fact that he was a marked man. He said, "There, His Majesty can now read my name without glasses, and he can double the reward on my head. John Hancock."